Hello, beautiful souls. My name is Christina, if you've never been here before, and if you have, welcome back. Dorian's here with me. You can see his little face right here. Hey, Bubba. It's one of those days where I'm feeling like I just want to be here with you. Does that make any sense? The collective that I'm tapping into right now just feels like they feel alone. Like you feel alone in what you're going through. It feels like you don't think you can talk about this with your friends or your family, either because they won't understand, they just don't get it, or you feel like you've been talking about it for so long that you feel like it's annoying them, or maybe they've even asked you to stop talking about it, but they just don't get it. Sorry for the shaking, that's Dorian. And so I just want to tell you that I've been there, I know how it feels, and I am here with you as much as I can be, okay? In the screen, I'm hugging you. All right, so let's start by dropping in. I want to check in with this collective, see what you're feeling right now, what you're going through right now, and we'll kind of see what we need to know. Maybe we want to see what you're going through and what your person's going through. Let's see what comes out. So I'm going to check in with your energy. Hot dogs are coming to me already. Okay. And like vegetarian. I feel like those are so opposite. Okay, so. Okay, right away it feels like you may either not have a very positive relationship with your father, or there are some unconscious wounds there or traumas that aren't helping during this scenario, this situation, okay? For example, you could be this person that it already feels like an avoidant energy. The second party here, again, roles can always be reversed, but they may be a bit of an avoidant or something like that. I don't know if it's narcissism, something along those lines, but also that may have been similar traits to your father and you kind of were drawn to that, you know? Okay, so let's see what comes out. Okay, so what about this beautiful viewer? Okay, something doesn't quite feel over yet, or it feels like it ended really quickly with the world in reverse. Maybe unexpected for some of you. There's a lot of internal conflict, a lot of you beating yourself up right now. It's like you're holding on for dear life when you're out with your friends. It's like you're trying to act normal, trying to fit in, but you just feel this heavy weight. Like all you want is to get out of this emotional space that you're in. It's like you can't catch your breath. What else? Okay, there may have been a betrayal here, huge rock bottom. You feel like you can't move forward right now. We have the Ten of Swords. We have the Chariot in reverse. I'll always show it upright so you can see it. This is all about like knowing what you want and going after it, but in reverse, you feel very stuck in this energy. And it's you know, I want to remind you that it doesn't matter how much time has passed. You are allowed to feel whatever you feel. It's okay if this ended 4 months ago. It's okay if this ended a year ago and you're still hurting about it. You don't have to beat yourself up, okay? You don't have to put yourself down about feeling the way that you do. Often when we resist feeling something, like let's go back to that example of feeling like your friends are sick of hearing about it. So you're pretending you're fine. You're resisting actually feeling those emotions, and that causes more pain instead of just actually feeling those emotions. But I also understand there comes a point sometimes where you're like, I don't want to feel this anymore. And so you try to push it away. But again, unfortunately, that's not how healing works. Pushing it away doesn't actually make you feel better. Because by pushing it away, you're rejecting a part of yourself. By trying to shove the pain away, you're shoving away the part of you that is hurting. and that's a rejection of the self. And so that's never going to feel good. That's a lack of self-love. That is a lack of self-compassion. Even if it doesn't feel like that in your head, you're just like, I'm not trying to think about this person anymore, but you're actually rejecting a part of yourself, and that's why it hurts even more. Okay, what else? I know things feel, with the Chariot in reverse and the moon coming out, things feel very confusing. How do I move forward? Where do I go from here? You may be someone who wears black a lot. You may have some form of, like you loved dolls growing up, or like action figures. It almost feels like in your room you have something that you've collected. Like there's something on a wall. Like I have like all my tarot decks like on the wall here. That's a new addition. They didn't fit in my basket anymore, but like they're all like something's up on a wall somewhere. A lot of the same thing. I don't know if that's a collection or if it's just like photos or something, but anyway. Okay, what else? What else? Okay, yeah, we have the Knight of Swords in reverse and the Justice card in reverse. The beginning of this connection with this person, it felt fast. They may have come out of nowhere. May have been unexpected. It could have even been a friend, but then it just unexpectedly shifted into something else. And it's like it ended as fast as it started. That doesn't mean it was short-lived necessarily, but the ending was quick and abrupt. And it may not even be over. It may be like you're just not talking. It's like it feels like they ghosted. Maybe you ghosted, but someone ghosted. There's just an energy cutoff. Tell me more about that. Tell me more about that. Okay, so something came up within this person, it feels like. With the Four of Pentacles, this is often a card, for me at least, about, I always do this with the Four of Pentacles. It's just me showing you, like, they're holding their cards close to their chest. They're not letting, this person may not have been vulnerable in any way. They may have, maybe you guys were getting more serious and they ghosted, or they backed away or pulled back their energy. Maybe you asked about the next steps or something and they retreated. Something happened and then they pulled back. And that leaves me feeling like you're blaming yourself in some way. But it doesn't feel like a you thing. Now, it takes two parties to be, so I'm not saying you're an angel and they're just the mess. That's not what this is about. But in this moment, it kind of feels like you're blaming yourself for something that you shouldn't blame yourself about. Like if they were the one with like a father wound, that's not your fault. That's something that they have to heal through. And right after that came out is the Judgment card. This is a card about spiritual awakening. So something new realizations are coming, whether that's to you or them. This is kind of general, and we'll dive more into detail, but tell me more about the Judgment. Why is Judgment here? Why is Judgment here? Because I'm tapping into your energy, but I'm starting to get them already. What came out? Okay, you may be kind of realizing that this keeps happening to you. Like, why do I keep calling the same person in? Or letting this person keep coming back, over and over again. There's a realization that's starting to happen. Like, how long am I going to let this go on? There could be a decision that you don't want to make, whether that's maybe ending this or cutting it off completely or moving forward. Maybe that feels really hard for you. You do have more of an energy of worrying about what your friends and family think. It's, for some of you, it may be like kind of a secret that you're not really sharing, that, oh yeah, they came back and then they left again, but my friends all told me to forget all about them, but I didn't, and now I don't want to talk about it because I told them I moved on when I didn't. Something like that. But you have a lot of cards in reverse of like a grounding energy. Three of Pentacles in reverse, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. There's a lack of grounding here for you in your life. It's like you, how do I describe this? It's like with this person, you had given them This is what's coming to me. Like, you know those stilts almost that hold up a house that's on the water, or that's like overlooking it's like on a hill or a mountainside or a cliff, and there's like stilts. You know, it's like you put them in charge of those, so when they left, you're toppling over into the sea. So it's like you put your stability in them. And now that they've ghosted or disappeared or pulled back, you don't feel stable. You're trying to balance everything that's happening right now. Okay, so can we go in a little bit more into detail? I want to know about your person. What is happening there? I'm already seeing the Two of Cups and the Tower. It's like this feels like it was a real connection. I hope you don't think that it was all a lie or something. I feel like some of you are kind of questioning that. Ace of Cups too. There's definitely a real love and a real connection here, but it feels like there's something deeper going on within your person's world that maybe we just can't see. So let's check in with that. What's going on with your person? What's going on with your person? Okay, they may have a different party. There may be someone else that they have left you for, moved on to. Maybe infidelity happened. What is this energy though? I'm almost seeing them wide-eyed, like deer in the headlights. There's a bit of what have I done? There's a bit of what am I doing? There's a bit of I thought I would be happy with this, but this doesn't feel right. It's like their inner world, they're conflicting. Their values are conflicting. It's like I want to be happy, but I am very well aware that I didn't go about this the right way. But I'm trying to shove that part away because that's bringing up shame within me, and that doesn't feel good. Okay, tell me more about this. Tell me more about what they're going through. And also, it's not, for all of you, it won't be that there's another person, but there's something going on that they're not being honest about. Maybe just that they're terrified. Okay, so tell me more about this person. They're kind of beating themselves up right now. They're in major hermit mode. It feels like they're trying to nurture something else, whether that's another relationship, but also it doesn't necessarily feel like that. It's like they have to take care of their kids, or their something else became a priority. Maybe work blew up and there's something that they're navigating and they don't have the bandwidth to give you what you need. But that's what they're telling themselves. It's like they're saying, and maybe even saying to you, oh, just a lot came up, I'm really busy right now. But that's not the truth of it. There's something underneath. Their walls are really high. Their walls are really high with like emotional walls. It's like they built that wall. Like, look at the card. They built that wall and now they're sitting there going, okay, well, now I can't get past this wall. Like, why did I build that wall so high? They have a fear. Look at how nervous this person looks. What's going on? And now they're in hermit mode. Okay, give me some more clarity. What's going on internally with this person? Okay, their entire inner world is like conflicting. It does feel like values conflicts. It feels like, believe it or not, and I don't know if you want to hear this, but believe it or not, it feels like it's coming from an innocent space. And so just so you know, this goes for you too. If you think you messed up or need to forgive yourself about something, you know, almost 100% of our actions come from an innocent space. There is an innocent intention. So ghosting, the innocent intention was, I need to protect myself. So it's innocent. Doesn't mean that ghosting was the right thing to do, but there was a part of them that's unhealed that was just trying to stay safe. And they're not being honest with themselves. They're not listening to their their intuition, their higher selves. Let me feel into it. It's almost a part of them, like the depth of the love scared them. And their defense mechanisms, their protective instincts came out and they ran. I think they've repeated this cycle many times, whether that was with you alone or with other people. But it's like they come, that avoidant energy, right? They come in, they think they have what they want, and then it terrifies them and they leave, but it's not always conscious. Self-sabotage isn't always conscious. In fact, oftentimes it's not conscious at all. And you have this, often stems from childhood. Sometimes, if the depth of the wound is so strong, let's say it's an abandonment wound, it's almost like, I love you so much and I'm terrified that you'll leave me, so I'm going to leave you first. That's not a conscious thought. That is something that just happens and then they flee, but they're not aware of it. Like they're avoiding the reality of what's going on with them. They're not sitting down and saying, okay, why do I keep doing this? Why do I keep acting this way? Why does this happen to me all the time? They're not doing that right now. I'm curious on their intentions. What are their intentions? What are their intentions? It's like they're sitting back to see what you do. I don't know. There's a bit of a childish energy there. It's like they really want to feel loved. They didn't necessarily, like if they have older siblings and they got all the attention, they're not feeling like, it's like they want someone to step forward and say, hey, I got you, I love you. And I'm not necessarily giving you the advice to do that, but that's what they're seeking. That's what they're looking for. And again, it doesn't make their actions okay, but that's I'm just trying to understand where they're coming from. Intentions. Okay, they're not slowing down. They're Four of Swords in reverse. They're not pausing to understand what's happening within them at all. That doesn't feel, they're on the run. They're like nonstop, go, go, go. They're not willing to face childhood traumas even. Oh, okay. I see. Okay, so they may have grown up in a place of, it's not okay to show emotions. It's not safe to show emotions. It's not, we don't talk about things, we sweep it under the rug, that kind of a family dynamic. And so they don't know how to actually be honest because it doesn't feel safe to their nervous system. Even if you're creating a safe space, it's, they haven't healed through any of that. And so it's really hard for them. Anything else? Anything else I can know right here? Okay, why is the Chariot here? Why is the Chariot here? Wow, that's interesting. Okay. Oh, yeah. It's like they're running. This Chariot is usually about moving forward, but it's like they're running from who they would have to become to be with you. So I may have said this before, but this is a big one sometimes. It's not like they're running from you. They're running from who they would have to become to keep you. I'll say that one more time. They're not running from you. They are running from the person that you would require them to be to stay with you. They're terrified that they can't step into this Emperor energy. They're terrified they can't be the person that you think that they are. It feels like you see them. You see their potential. You see how beautiful their heart is when you're alone together. And then they fall back into old habits or hang out with the wrong people, or they go, maybe they live at home right now and that's where all the trauma stemmed from. So it's like they slide back into an old version of themselves and they're afraid to rise up to become that person that they can be. A part of them feels like they can be that person, but there's so much of them, they're lying to themselves so much about all of this, about who they are, who they can be. It's really interesting. It's kind of like they're being torn apart, again, with those values conflicts. It's like old values versus new values. I don't want to do the same things I always did, but it's terrifying, so I'm going to, or I want to move forward, but that's really scary. It's like they're stuck right now. The big question for me, at least thinking about you, is, are you willing to stick around while they figure it out? Or do you know that you deserve more, So why don't we get some advice for you? What can you do during this time? What can this beautiful viewer do during this? You know what, though? I'm curious about you. One more question on you. What are you not seeing? Is there a role that you're playing in this? What role are you playing in this? One more shuffle. Okay, you may have a bit of a fairy tale in your mind, and so you're expecting things out of them that they can't give, and so it's like you're not allowing them to be who they actually are. Sorry, my hair's stuck in my glasses. Okay, so be aware of that. Are you letting this person be who they are? And if you allow them to be exactly who they are, is that who you want to be with? Or do you want to be with the potential version of them in the future? See the difference? Okay, so what else? What else is this you are not seeing? What can they, what role are they playing? Okay, there might be a little bit of anxious attachment here. You're not, it's like maybe someone asked for space and you're not giving it. So just be aware of that too. Are you stepping on, crossing their boundaries that they asked for themselves? Do you have an abandonment wound? Because that's not this person's responsibility. That's yours to heal through. Are you... Okay, wait, why is the Queen of Wands here? Okay, are you changing your life for them? Are you dimming your light for them? Are you changing who you are and what you want for them? Are you lying to yourself about the things that you want and trying to make these puzzle pieces fit when they maybe don't anymore? They may have once, but we always evolve, and maybe you've grown apart. Also, it feels like you're really in your head about it. And you're letting yourself be in your head about it. So see if you can get into your body a little bit more. We're kind of naturally moving into some advice here. Getting out of your head is so hard. But remember, don't focus on not thinking. Focus on something else. Let me focus on feeling into my body. Like right now, just notice where are your feet? Notice your feet. Do you feel on the earth? Do you feel a blanket on them? Are they cold? Wiggle your toes. Just bring your awareness down into your body a little bit more. That gives your brain a little bit of a break, okay? Give yourself a break. You also have the Queen of Pentacles. This little baby here is you. Nurture yourself. Instead of looking for external validation, give it to yourself. Are you looking for people, seeking for people or this person to say that you're enough? Or can you remind yourself that you're enough? What else? I don't know who needs to hear this, but I think you need to hear someone. First, you will get through this, but also you're so much stronger than you think you are. My heart is it just hurt, it aches and it feels heavy, but it feels like the part of you that you're pushing away that came up earlier is like crying out for your attention. Like, just let me be here, just love me. You're not loving a part of yourself. You're not loving the part of yourself that wants to feel loved and wanted and needed. Then we have the Devil. The question can be, what do you believe that you will gain by being with this person? Because we don't actually want things or accomplishments. We want what we think is on the other side of it. And so just get curious about that. Like, obviously, if you love someone, you want to be with them, sure. But aside from that, what do you think you'll gain? Is it security? Is it feeling wanted? Is it feeling loved? By being with them, will you feel whole? You know, what is that thing that you think you'll gain? And how can you get that without getting it from an external source? Because your happiness comes from you, not someone else. Okay. Final thoughts here. Final messages for this beautiful collective. It's so hard. Trust yourself, trust yourself, trust yourself, trust yourself. You're going to be okay. You're going to get through this. Okay, this feels sort of specific, but also maybe you need this. If you like candles, go get a candle or something, a scent, that calms you. For example, like a fall scented candle or a pine candle. Maybe you light a pine candle at Christmas every year and it always soothes you for some reason. I don't care if it's May. Get that now, because scent and sense memories are so soothing to the nervous system, or the opposite, right? Something that's triggering. So maybe it's about removing this person's cologne or perfume from your home and starting with a fresh scent that doesn't remind you of them. Or the opposite, like getting something that does soothe you and either wearing it, like I have essential oils on, very soothing scent. I have a fall candle lit because it soothes me. It feels really good. It helps me slow down naturally without thinking about it. I just feel like, oh, it's fall. I want to go for a walk. You know, it literally just slows me down. I got a fall candle yesterday and my entire journal entry last night was about how the candle soothed me. So maybe you needed to hear that. Find ways to soothe your nervous system right now. And be with yourself. Be with that part of you that you've been trying to push away. Be with the part of you that you're neglecting, because that part of you needs you so badly right now. I hope that makes sense. I'm sending you so much love. I am here with you. I will talk to you soon. Yeah. I love you.